Well, hello. It's been about a month since I've talked to you guys, and a month since I've actually seen the unicorn. We've been traveling all over the place, out Armageddon, went to Sweden for the Stockholm Open, and we're heading to the track today for the I-29 No Prep again. We kidnapped Kimmo from Stockholm and brought him with us. Hi. So let's go to the track.
Hi Kyle.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
You're off today.
I'm off today. I'm fucked out.
You gave yourself the day off. And you brought the unicorn. You did stick shift last time at one of these?
Yeah, we did it the weekend before the ice cream cruise when I raced Cletus.
Yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily competing in the race, but I needed more testing after we had run it the night before. We didn't have to get enough in. So came out for the no prep race, and it was my first time competing, which was good practice because never actually drag raced a fast car before up until this car. So it was good practice last month.
All right, so I know a lot of our viewers know it's the unicorn. They know it's twin turbo Corvette.
C5 unicorn, not to be confused with the big boy unicorn.
I'm sorry, it's the C5
C6,
unicorn.
Yeah.
But remind us exactly cubic inches and all that for our viewers that haven't been following.
It's a 370 cubic inch Thompson Motorsports 6-liter. Not really any super fancy parts, just a basic street car build. And they built dozens of these motors. And then we've got the Huron Speed twin turbo kit with the turbos tucked underneath the motor. And then we've got a fast intake on it, shifting it through a RPM transmission, TR6060 6-speed. It's like their stage 6 transmission. C6 rear end, it's like their stage 5 build to make sure that we don't have issues like Garrett did.
So you shouldn't be able to break that.
Shouldn't be able to break it, but you never know. If you remember when I first started to build the car, one of my goals was to make 1,000 horsepower, and we made 982 before we raced Cletus on a Mustang dyno. We knew we could make 1,000 horsepower if we wanted to turn it up some more. So Chad put a new fuel pump in, changed a few things up, and there was a car on the Mustang dyno. He threw this on the dyno jet, same exact tune, 1042.
1042.
So we knew it'd make 4 digits, but now it has.
So
the inner racer in me is relieved now.
You finally made 1,000.
Yep.
Are you like full on racer now? You gonna like do some call-outs first round or nothing?
No. No, that's the tricky thing about this car. I mean, I'm racing the 6-shift class, so it's a really fun class for this car because lining up against an automatic 1,000 horsepower car is pointless.
Yeah.
In this car because it's a good full second slower, especially like in a quarter. There's a lot of quick stick shift cars here on the property.
Yes.
One thing that I think Peterbomb may have come up with the idea is we've got this nitrous outlet kit in here just because we love Dave at Nitrous Outlet. We weren't planning on using it, but motherfuckers. So that asshole's idea was actually to spray on the shifts and then it's going to stop spraying. So just like a split, 0.2 seconds or something, so we get back into boost really quick. So
nice.
Interesting.
I'm glad to see the car. I'm glad to see you're actually going to have fun at an event instead of
And we made some changes since the ice cream cruise, because every time I race this, there's like, all right, let's tweak this a little bit, let's tweak that. If you ever saw a rear shot, side shot of this car, the
tires stuck out pretty far.
Like an inch, and that was just because we threw together a slick setup at the last second. But these are the first wheels they've ever made in this style, actually for a Corvette ever. So they stuck out a little bit. We've still been tweaking, but these are perfect now, and we got a 10.5 instead of 11.5. So it's right at the fender, and now I don't have to detail the car after every pass. Because there was rubber on the side view mirror, on the roof, on the hood. I don't know.
You should still have plenty of traction with a 10.5 instead of 11.
Yeah, we'll see how it does. I want to go out and do a roll race pass again just to see how it does, because I haven't run one since I ran Cletus, and Chad's confident this thing will run really hard roll racing now too. But we're doing 8th mile drag racing, no prep. Should be fun.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Shop Inc. No prep first round, and I draw Sketchyvert of all people. There's a lot of friends here that I've raced before or don't want to race first or second round, but so it's pretty unavoidable. But we'll see how it goes. I beat him twice now, but he's been figuring out his launch, and if he does, we're gonna be neck and neck. So it's gonna be a good race. Alright, so just raced Sketchyvert, see what the time slip is. Thank you. I know it's breaking up real bad. Ooh. 151 60 foot, 641 114. I like it. It just felt too easy. They want a two-step. So anyway, one first round. I hope Sketchy Vert's alright. It's time to turn it up because that felt way too easy. I'm happy. I'm really happy. It feels good to be back in the driver's seat. What happened?
The rupture in.
Oh no!
It's pissing everywhere.
Oh shit!
I don't even know how I broke it. Oh,
We'll have to run again when you get fixed.
oh, agreed. Definitely.
Yeah.
Good job, though.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was just the traction right.
I was wondering that, but it was like stuttering.
A couple times.
Like stuttering. It was like. I'm like, I want to go full throttle. Well, it was full throttle technically, but.
It kicked on traction control a couple times. I'm gonna tame down the traction.
It didn't feel like it was spinning. It just went straight. All right, it's on to second round in the no prep race, and I'm racing a Subaru. But I don't know which one yet because there was two that called each other out for first round, and I don't know which one won. How much power is it?
I'll be running you at about 600.
Nice.
Last time I missed a shift, so.
What's your best eighth?
This is the first time I ever ran.
Is it?
It made 870 wheel depending on which dyno it's on.
Holy crap.
So, but,
Well, good luck, man.
yep, thank you.
Thank you. Woo!
I pulled the lever already.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
All right.
You want me to open it?
Might be hot.
It's open. It's on latch now.
You all right?
I'm fine. I knew it was on fire. The finish is like, this is warm. Talk about shitty timing. It's all right.
As soon as I seen it, I tried to honk.
Oh no, I saw the smoke. I just. Other side. There you go. Thank you for the fire jacket. I didn't need it, but. Yes, I'm fine. It sucks.
Just a question, do I stop and get out, or I
know.
drive to the fire truck?
I know. I just wanted to get stopped and get the fuck out of it because I've been in one little fire before and it's getting the fuck out of me.
Glad you're all right, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's kind of scary when your boss is on fire.
Yeah, no. Woo. We can just push it over there for now. Holy sh! Oh my god.
And then when you go to turn the corner, it just flared up.
Yeah. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. All right. So what happened from your point of view?
Well, first of all, I drugged that Subaru down the track.
You did. I'll give you
Then I was on the brakes and I always look up just to make sure nothing's smoking or anything. And I saw quite a bit of smoke, and then I felt the heat on my legs and my arm, and I was like, yep, I felt this before. When I opened the door, it was like, right in front of the door. I was like, I hope that doesn't get any worse.
Right.
And luckily it didn't. I just went back, I got out, ran away, and then I went and got my fire extinguisher, which doesn't do much good. It's like this big,
yeah.
But it slowed things down. I've been waiting for my fire suit. It's supposed to be here last week, and I borrowed one from Krusty for that pass. And as I was slowing the car down, I was like, I'm so glad I have this fire jacket. I need a full fire suit.
Yeah, these fiberglass cars can go up real quick into flames, so it's good that you got out. So hopefully it didn't cause that much damage.
Yeah, it didn't, but it's going to be at least a few weeks or a few months. And Chad's pretty much put all the shop work for him on hold for this car for like 8 months. So I feel bad. Might be next year before we run the Unicorn again, but hopefully not. Well, that's not good. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you very much. Thank you so much.
It was hot.
Oh my God.
It was hot.
We were going to be testing that car on the street on Monday, and if you hadn't been there, the car would have been toast. So, well, thank you.
I'm missing a few facial hairs.
Are you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Need a little beard trim. Oh, man. Well, thanks again.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Well, that definitely sucked. The car's generally okay. The body's good. I'm fine. Most of the stuff on the passenger side is melted from what appears to be a fuel leak. It's hard to say what it was. We fixed an injector O-ring right before that pass, and it looks like it's something further down the fuel rail that was leaking, but until we pull it apart, it's hard to say. Probably be next year until we race it again. But we were going to be testing on the street literally 2 days from now, and if that had happened on the street, the car would have been gone. Like, just throw it away, gone. With a fuel leak like that and a tiny fire extinguisher like I had, there would have been no saving it. Makes you think a lot about racing on the street, and being prepared, and just what you should and shouldn't do. And yeah, so the Unicorn will race another day, but it's going to be a while from now. Maybe the end of this year, but probably in the spring next year. See you guys soon. All right, so the dust has settled, and it's the day after the fire, which was not fun at all. Chad's already taken the car apart a little bit. We're gonna see if we can find out what the cause of the fire was, figure out what we need, and get it back into racing. I'd love to make some passes again before the end of the year. The car's so addicting to drive. I just want to be back in the driver's seat. So, let's see. Yuck. It's actually not that bad.
All in all, it's not
compared
really
to what I had in my head.
I mean, realistically, by the time we get rid of this,
yeah,
that shit that's melted, get rid of that. This stuff, I mean, the wiring, and then it'll need a new upper manifold.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not that bad. It could have been so much more.
So it was another O-ring.
Yeah.
Damn. How the fuck did two go bad at once?
And that's weird. Like, have no issues, and then all of a sudden, I'm wondering if, like what you said, the one dude says that he has to re-torque down his.
Oh, the fuel rail loosened up, and it was like wiggling.
If the boost pushing up on it all the time, you know, over time you have to just. And if that's the case, then I'm going to redesign the mounts and make it so that doesn't happen. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
So we got a battery, a whole bunch of wires.
I figured I'd get these body panels off anyway, and then just get them over to Todd.
Yeah, we can get this cleaned up. Luckily, the body's not too bad.
Yeah. Most of the wires that are melted are all the add-on stuff that I did.
Okay.
Which is good. There's like stock connectors that are melted. This is the stock harness, but the wires aren't up. It's just the covering. So I'll have to get that all cleaned up and just make sure.
You can see where the fire was escaping out
of areas.
The fenders. When it was going on the track, you could see there was fire going down here, and there was fire going out there underneath the car. Yeah. Which is crazy, because when I opened the door, there was a fire coming like
it was definitely here because it got all that.
I'm like, I'm gonna wait to get out for a second. Yeah, if this would have happened on the street, it would have been super. Alright, so what's next? We're gonna replace all this shit. Probably put a cage in it. Definitely put a cutoff and a fire suppression system in it, because this is my second time being in a small fire.
Yeah, it sucks.
I want to be more prepared next time. I got a few fire suit on the way, just didn't get here in time. Still have to race that Cletus feller eventually in the quarter. I didn't know how heavy this thing was, and you weighted at
3350.
3350, and his came in at 2750.
Yeah.
That's about 600 pounds difference.
Yeah, that's
And by typical quarter mile math, how much we have to make up in the quarter for the same power?
realistically, I mean, that's
6/10. So we're gonna have to come up with an equalizer somehow.
yeah.
He needs to be on radials and Cooper has to ride with him. Maybe that's the way we need to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, first and foremost, we gotta get this thing back together. So we'll come up with a plan and try and keep you guys updated on the progress of the Unicorn. Well, after a few drinks, a night of rest, I've decided we can't end the vlog on that kind of note. Obviously, the Unicorn's gonna be down for a little bit. Might have it up and running this season still, but I wanna make sure to do everything right, come back with some better safety equipment, and just be prepared to be quicker, faster, safer. Not only does Chad build race cars on the drag strip, he also races on the dirt. So I'm gonna go to Eagle Raceway in Eagle, Nebraska here for the last race of the season. Chad's racing tonight, and my first experience at a circle track should be interesting. I've been wanting to do this for over 10 years, and what a better way to do it than to go support Chad and see what it's all about from an inside perspective. Yeah, there's a, it's a seat with a motor, a lot different than drag racing.
You sit in it like a chair. You sit in it like this.
Really? Oh, your feet are up, or like at 90-degree angle?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the in or out of gear, so the rear end is basically got this lever on it.
Okay.
Right now it's out of gear.
Okay.
You move the lever, that locks it in gear. It's all lived in, and then you push start it with the truck.
Ah.
Sprint cars have to be push started because there's no tranny. There's no
Yeah,
starter.
you're going or not going.
Yeah.
So it's 305?
305.
About 500 and some horsepower.
Yeah. Like the 360s that I used to race back in the day, they're like 750 horsepower. Tons more expensive. A motor, a good competitive motor for a 360 is 40 grand.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can build one of these for 11, 12.
Yeah.
And you can build 360s cheaper, but if you go buy brand new, best of the best,
Yeah.
you'll spend 40 grand.
So you guys doing warm-up laps and then?
Well, hot laps, and then they run through, since this is the last night of the show, they take your cumulative points from Friday and Saturday, and that puts you in features for today.
Gotcha.
We have shitty points, so we're
Yeah.
clearing like the H feature. And they'll take like the top 4 from the H, goes to the back of the next one, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So it'll be a short night.
That's alright. I just wanted to come out and see it. Woohoo! Yeah, that'd have been fun. She just told me. Okay, so lesson learned, bad place for a GoPro. I'm sure that saw a lot.
Well, hello. The first like 2 seconds of racing.
I tried to get as close to the center as I could, but apparently that was not good enough.
Yeah, that was pretty caked.
Look, Jay! Come on, Jay!
Woo!
wrecks and everything are sweet to see. I mean, not for the drivers, but that's what a lot of people enjoy here. Once they got that rhythm and started stirring up the fucking Dust Bowl, that was exciting as hell. Now comes the A main, where they go 3 wide, and apparently this is the only place in the country that they do this, according to one of the racers that told me. 3 wide on the start, and it just gets insane.
I know.
Unfortunately, Chad didn't make it to the next round, but I've had one hell of an experience here for my first circle track race. Ran into a lot of fans here, a lot of friends, and they gave me the rundown on what's going on here, and it's been a lot of fun to learn a whole different racing sport. It'd be a lot of fun to drive this. I don't think I could keep up, but it'd be fun to make some laps on a car sometime. We'll see you guys for the next episode of the Unicorn C5 and keep you updated on the progress of getting the car back on the road. We'll see you guys next time.